Hello, and welcome to something a little bit different. It's been a little while since I've done a one-off video about a game, and I think this is going to be like that, so we'll see. This is Stacklands, a game that I saw played briefly by somebody on a stream, and I decided to pick up. And uh, you know me, I have a tendency, a great ability to buy games and then not play them. So I needed something sort of absent-minded to play, and I finally played it a couple of days ago, and then 5 hours passed, and I felt like under those circumstances it warranted showing it off a little bit. I don't know if it makes for the full series, so I don't know. Tell me at the end if you think that's the case or not. But it was interesting enough that I felt like it warranted a view. And I learned some things in my first run that, well, that's not actually finished yet, but that taught me a little bit of how to handle this better. There's some things I really like about this and some that I'm not in love with, but like it's part of the learning experience. So anyway, I actually have, I backed up my save and then I realized they actually have a built-in save selection system in the game, which is cool. So I just swapped saves and we're gonna hop into this. Okay, so here's the thing. Nothing is explained to you right off the bat, right? But the moon length is basically how long you have for a turn, and everything goes at a set pace, whether or not you're doing anything. So we'll just keep this normal, and then no enemies in peaceful mode. I guess that's if you just really want to chill out. Even as it is, like non-peaceful is fairly peaceful, at least to the point I got. So let's just get going. All right, so booster pack. Here's our quests and here's our ideas. All right, we open the deck and we get some stuff. We got a villager, we got a berry bush, got a rock, and some wood. All right, so I'm not gonna pretend I don't know what's going on here. I haven't memorized. Let me pause this because it's not gonna tell me that yet. So all the interactions you can learn and then you can memorize them, but if they're not already in your game yet, then you have to either have remembered what they are or discover them through new means. So basically this is a game of just stacking cards and seeing what happens. So we've got our board here, and this is basically it. Put things together. So part of the initial appeal for me for this is it was reminiscent of some games I remembered from when I was a bit younger. Was it Doodle God, I think, is one of them, or something like that. I think it started out as a Flash game where you just sort of combine ideas and build stuff. But this is also sort of a very casual civilization sim as well. So that's sort of the whole idea here. So what do we've got tooltips here that you can sort of learn some stuff, but some of it you just need to learn by interacting. So we're gonna put that up there for the moment, and then we'll unpause this. We can go normal time or double time or pause. We'll dismiss that, but we're gonna have our villager interact with this berry bush. We don't have a lot to do right away. Apologize if you can hear stuff going on outside. All right, so we've got a berry. So we do get some information by the quests that we're given, like mine a rock using a villager. Well, that's useful to know that is a thing we can do. But there's a lot of things that the game doesn't tell you. You just either have to intuit or try or discover, buy packs and discover what happens. So the one thing is that the quests start to send you on your way towards stuff like this. So we got a new pack. Humble Beginnings pack is now available. So we can sell stuff to buy new packs. We got some flint. All right, we got stone and flint. We're gonna break up this wood, which should give us some refined wood, which is going to be a stick. And then, let's see here. See if I can remember any of the combinations. No, I don't remember. Oh, those do them on their own. So there's another thing here, which is some things you can combine and some on their own, and some require a villager interaction. So let's see what we get here. But we need 3 coins to get to our first pack. I'm going to try not to be too fussy. Oh, well, all right. Our moon ended already. So every villager needs to eat. Everyone was fed. Start a new moon. Another thing that's not explained is we have, so here we have in the interface, you can see in the tooltips, but if you don't bother to look up here, you'll not notice it. So we need 2 to feed the villagers, and we see how much we have, and then we can see how many coins we have and our card cap. So that's how many cards total we can have on the board. There are ways to elevate that later, but we'll get there. So our priorities here. All right, we got a campfire. Don't think we can cook the berry, but we need. I know it seems crazy to sell all that, but we need to get some new stuff. So we've got more berries coming. We can do that. Here we go. More quests completed. All right. Harvest a tree using villager. Make a stick from wood. Grow a berry bush using soil. So we're going to combine these. That's going to take a while. But that's okay. And you can see here we've got the food value and then the coin value if we were to sell the item. So this tree isn't worth anything because it's, well, I just place it on top and I can't remove it or it'll lose progress, but you can see it's worth 0. So there's no point in doing anything other than harvesting it, at least for the moment. So we have enough to, let's see. We've got enough to feed ourselves. We don't want to interrupt this. We're just gonna, I think, ignore this for the moment. When this is finished, we'll get another berry bush. So that's the whole thing. You need, there's various loops you can do, and that's sort of the development of your civilization, is find the interactions that give you somewhat infinite loops that either require a villager or don't. And you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and aggressively sell this stuff, I think. Oh, well, all right. Time to eat. Start a new moon. All right, what did we get this time? We got ideas, a stick. Well, we already know about that. Thankfully, we get money for selling these after we're done. And then growth, which we already know about. So we've got 3 coins. We can now sell those for another booster. Wood, stone, and a villager. All right. Well, we need more wood anyway. One gripe I do have about this game in a more general sense is I sort of understand when you get to the higher levels why they do it the way they do it. But the game does not have a grid to lock your stuff to. Everything, all the cards sort of slide around when they get pushed. And there's reasons for that, but it's more of a nuisance than an actual mechanic, I would argue. But that's neither here nor there. All right. Oh, well, we got an apple instead. I think we can grow another tree from that. And we're going to need that because we need more wood. We'll put some money into seeking wisdom. So there are some things that you can generate on your own and some that you can only get out of packs. So once we've planted this apple, there's only that I believe the soil just completely gets consumed. And for the moment, I can't afford anything. I could sell the campfire. It's not really necessary right now. But I don't want to sell too much else. This is sort of how the start of the game goes. It's just how things are gonna be a little slow. There's probably expert players that can do this a lot faster and more aggressively, but that's not me. Okay, so we're gonna be short on food, so we need to get some more development. Which probably... we need more soil. Because I think the tree does not guarantee an apple. It's like there's a pool of things it can drop, including wood and sticks and apples. But I'm not 100% sure, and I just don't want to go hungry on our very last on our only villager, basically. That would be very bad. So we're just gonna wait here. Oh, the soil is still there. Okay. We're good. Let's get ourselves a new plant. The problem is, if this doesn't go... Alright, we're good on the apple then. That's good. And this is a balance between ensuring that your basic needs are taken care of versus, you know, having progress. That was one of the things in my run that made it a little difficult, is trying to determine, okay, how much should I hold on versus how much should I hold on to versus how much should I sell? Because if you sell stuff, well, then you can get more packs, but if you don't get what you need from the packs and you work yourself into a corner, you know, it means that in my typical fashion, I tend to play games fairly conservatively and try and, you know, play it safe. But that does mean a slower rate of exploration. So we've got a bunch of apples. I only need one for this turn. We could use more... we could use more soil. Let me double check here. We don't know if this one gives soil, right? Or it doesn't. Okay. So let's do this. Hopefully get more soil. We did not. Don't love that, but we're gonna build a house. We got a key. Well, once this is done next turn, we'll at least have food for Moon 5. But I would have preferred to keep one of those apples, ideally, or, you know, have another resource for more apples, because now I can't grow more apples without buying a pack, basically. So, let's see. We don't have a lot to do at this point, but we have made progress on this quest, at least. So we're just going to speed through this, then make our villager work on the berry bush. And we're going to put one of these berries straight back in the soil. So now we have at least enough food for the next turn. We can sell the key if need be. It's a little early for a key. That's something I don't think it's relevant until quite a lot later. We're just gonna do this loop for a bit. All right. More berries back in the soil. Well, a rabbit is not what I expected, and now I think I'm in trouble. I think there's not enough food. One villager will starve of hunger. Well, game over. That's my first game over. This is only my second game. So, luck of the draw, I guess. I could have been less aggressive, but I wanted to make some progress. So, let's go again. See what we get that's different this time. All right. Back on the berries. All right. On the rock. Oh, we keep the packs. Okay, that persists. That's interesting. We're just gonna... Well, I guess there is really no reason to keep waiting there. I just should have sold stuff. That's fine. Okay. Feed the villagers. We're gonna have one excess berry. We'll sell the stick. Humble beginnings. So it's interesting. You could speed past that if you really wanted to. But let's get our food. So it doesn't auto stack stuff. I mean, it will if you are. Let's see. Okay, no apple this time. So that's how things go. Okay, just looking at what we have. So we've got 1 spare coin. We need 4 for seeking wisdom. We still don't have any soil, or well, we don't have any new soil. So we'll need to keep working at that. You know, this is very much the course of basic civilization. So maybe we'll postpone the whole house making quest. I'm not sure what triggers what. So there are certain events that trigger at certain points that are out of my direct control, and I'm not sure if they're based on the number of turns you've gone through or what. So we'll see. But we're gonna be a little bit more... We got 2 trees, okay. Get some more wood. And some more wood. Alright, well, that at least gets us some coins. I don't know if there's a hotkey for that or not. Okay, we need to prioritize food because we're coming up on the end of the turn. And then we'll go for the wood. Alright, now we're fed at least. Okay. I'm actually not sure if we're gonna get food in time, but I can't eat this berry. If I eat this berry, we're whoops, I screwed that up. So I can't eat this berry because then we have no sort. Well, we could buy our way into more food, but that's a gamble, and I don't want to do that. You can't interact with things while paused, thankfully. But I'm just going to... there's our shed and a garden. Okay, so shed is the first card cap increase item we can get. And then the garden is combining soil for basically improved growth. So let's hope we don't botch this here. Okay, 1 soil, 2 stone, 2 wood, and a villager. We don't have near enough for that now, but that's okay. Actually, let's put them on the tree instead. The wood processing we can do later. And hope we make this deadline. We're not going to, are we? Frick. Okay, let's see what we get. We're gonna ignore processing the tree and hope we make it under the... Oh, no. Well, I screwed it up. That's on me. Alright. We learned something. I'm still being a little bit more aggressive than I was in my initial run. That's why we're taking multiple runs. Alright. Okay. Let's sell the stick. We'll get these coins together. We'll get a new stack. Alright. Good start. No soil, but the stock of berries will keep us going for a little while. So, in my first game, I didn't even realize I could grow anything but berries for like the first 10 moons at least, I want to say. I don't remember if I actually got an apple or not, and if that's the reason why I didn't realize it. But I was just living off berries for ages. And I'm now realizing in retrospect, that's also because there's a good chance of the tree not giving you an apple, and like the berry is guaranteed food. It's not the most efficient food, but it is guaranteed. It doesn't drop, well, I was gonna say it doesn't drop anything else, but then the first run we did here, it dropped a rabbit, and then I was screwed. Okay. Still no soil. Let's process this wood for some sticks because it increases the value of the sticks, and then I can pay for this. Get more here. Still no soil. Kind of annoying. Please don't eat the apple. Okay, cool. That's another thing. You can't, at least for right now, control what they eat. It's just whatever happens to be there, which is not great. But we're okay for the moment. Still no soil. Getting a little bit silly here. It's funny because I had so little struggle. Like, I took it very slow, but I didn't struggle at all in my first playthrough offline. So this is interesting. All right, let's sell this and one of these. Can I have some soil, please? Oh my God. The answer is no. Got some flint this time. Can I please have some soil? At least I'm still getting berries, so I'm not starving. But, like, we're not making any progress here. Offspring. House and 2 villagers. Yes, we understand that concept. New pack unlocked. Reap and Sow pack is now available. Okay, I might actually... Well, here's the thing. Because I'm stuck in the Stone Age of not even being able to cultivate basic food, I'm in the hunter-gatherer harvesting stage. You know... Oh, wait a minute. I've never just gotten a villager. How did I get... I guess I must have before, because you must have 2 villagers to make more. What did I get that from? Was that from... Maybe that was a... Was that the quest pack? I'm not actually sure now. Okay, that does make certain things easier to deal with. Alright. The downside being we now consume food at double the rate. So, not the best timing. Alright. So... Sell this. Please, for the love of God, give me some soil. What is... Am I stupid? No, this is supposed to drop soil. I'm just getting extremely unlucky with it. Okay, we are now over the card cap as well, which is a bit of an issue. But thankfully it doesn't just throw stuff away. Show you that. Oh, we got a new pack. Okay, weaponry. Magic wand, magic dust, and a stick. Don't have any magic dust. Some attack types are stronger than others. For example, melee beats magic. That is a rumor, okay. And 2 sticks and a stone is a slingshot. Okay, that is one I never discovered in my first run. Interesting. That's expensive though. I mean, that's a 5 coin item. And so far we don't have to do any combat. So let's see. Oh my god, we finally have some soil. Okay. Let's process these berry bushes. Actually, no. Let's process this wood, because then we can sell these off. If I don't process the wood, we're going to have to sell stuff anyway, and it will be less valuable when it's just wood than if it was sticks. So let's do those. I know I'm eating all the wood right now, but that's better than not having it. Okay. So thankfully the coins don't count towards your card count. And we're gonna leave these berry bushes alone for the moment, because they output more cards than they are currently holding, and we don't need that right now. Okay, let's feed. So our card count is going to go down now. And then how many? We need to sell 2 cards. Okay. Sell some stones. That's fine. And let's... now that we have some soil... Let's see. Flint, coin, rock, stone, tree, wood. Or do we go straight for the reap? Let's go here. Oh, please don't screw me. All right. Well, we got a rock to work on. So the rabbit, I can move it, but it has a mind of its own. Quarry. 3 stone, 1 wood, 1 villager. So that does mean we need more. We're going to need more wood. And currently, I don't have a tree. But once the soil is done, we'll make a tree with the apple. Could I have them generating more berries with the berry bush? Yeah, but for the moment, that's not my priority. The rabbit made poop. Okay. So I could like try and rush and progress us to having more villagers, but then I have more mouths to feed, and that's a headache. So I'm not gonna do that. All right. Tree, please. No tree, but one wood. Okay. I believe this was this the recipe? What was the recipe? Quarry was 3 stone and 1 wood. And then let's break this rock up. I don't know what you do with the poop. I got it a few times before, and I never did anything with it because I never found any recipe that used it. I never got any ideas that used it. It was just present. So I don't know what you do with that. All right, so we're making a quarry. We're breaking up this rock. We're growing a tree. We're going to need to break up 1 berry bush to feed ourselves. But we're so far so good. And then we can... So here's the thing. Once you get something like the quarry, you can start just working the quarry. If you don't have something active to do, you can just generate wealth, basically. Because the stones aren't worth much, but it's better than not basically being... Leisure doesn't do anything for your villagers. These are not humans, they're villagers. So, generating money in some way is better than doing nothing. Okay. Let's work this tree and hope we get an apple, because I'd like to generate another tree. There we go. That's what I like. Please don't eat the other apple. I would really like to preserve that. Cool. Everyone was fed. So there's an aspect of like preservation and conservationism here of don't consume everything you have because your whole society collapses, right? Let's get rid of these. And we will... should we put it into... Let's put it here. Not a lot of progress. Don't love that, but hey, you know what? That's fine. And then we'll have this villager work this berry bush. Ensure we have enough food there. We did sell a lot of wood previously, which is unfortunate because we really need it. Basically, I'm just working the rocks first to get the cards off the table. Excuse me. So you see what I mean about it pushing the cards around. Okay, let's take a quick look at the recipes. So... what are our priorities? Let's build the garden. 2 stone, 2 wood, 1 villager, 1 soil. A bit of a gamble, but I think this is going to be good progress for us. We just need to grab that soil once it's done. And for the moment, we'll keep working the quarry. Oh, whoops. Well, I generated a rat right as we were changing turns. So, first enemy of the game. We don't have a weapon, but we should still be able to defeat a rat. Unfortunately, it would be nice if this combat had started before the turn, because my best understanding is once the turn ends and when a turn ends and everybody eats, everybody gets their health back. So unfortunately, we're going to go a turn with our villager damaged. So it's a lot to sell. Thankfully, I don't care about the stone because we now have an infinite source of stone. 2 cards too many. I guess we'll sell some poop. Why not? I don't know what it's for. Traveling cart appeared. Okay, here's our first event. I can move in here to make our villagers help each other fight this rat. Get rid of it faster. Alright. So, back to this grind. So let's get our villager to build that garden. This villager to work the quarry. And we will... Oh, so these icons tell me that I haven't unlocked everything that can come out of this deck. This no longer has a symbol because I've seen everything that can possibly be drawn from those. So let's do this. Oh, well, I don't really want raw meat, but that's fine. Okay, chicken, cool. I happen to know that those generate eggs, which is handy. Actually, hold on. Give me 5 coins and I'll give you a card. Not right now, man. I'm a little hard up for stuff. And then I also need to generate some more berries. So, because we need to feed ourselves. We've got the idea of a chicken. Okay, I never actually did this. Chicken and an egg together generates new chickens. I literally never did that because chickens just kept coming out of something that will happen later. So we won't worry about that for the moment. I'm just going to start stacking this food together. And... oh, you know, I didn't even realize I could make that disappear before. Doesn't really make a big difference because I've always got this panel up. So I'm not gaining a lot of real estate. But let's look at the quest stuff real quick. Create offspring. Okay, so it really wants me to get there. We need a better source of wood, though. A more consistent source. Berry bush foil. I've never gotten a foil card before. I guess it's worth more. Does it generate more stuff? I kind of don't want to consume it. If it does, I guess we'll see. 1, 2, 3. No, it just, huh, okay. All right, so now we have our garden. I believe we can, I think this basically generates an accelerated process for that. We're actually okay on food, so I'm going to leave the berries alone. I don't know how long the traveling cart stays. Maybe it leaves at the end of the turn. But we're okay on food. This, you know, let's just sell this raw meat. I don't really care about it. I don't have a fire at the moment, which I need to cook it. And I'm going to need that. Okay. 6 undiscovered cards. One of the options is tree, and that's a priority right now. All right, what do we got? A spear, which is 1 wood and 2 sticks. Okay. And a coin chest, 1 coin and 2 wood. Well, for the moment, that's not a priority. I'm still short on wood. Let's move this off to the side here. And we'll keep waiting on that chicken to make an egg. So for the moment... well, let's buy 1 more pack, actually. The problem is I need to expand my card cap, but I don't have the wood necessary to do it. Kind of a headache. let's have this be broken up. All right, we got a campfire. We already know about that. We made one accidentally. And a lumber camp. This is what I am looking for. So 1 wood, or 3 wood, 1 stone, 1 villager. So we need enough wood to be self-sufficient. Let's actually just, we'll stack these together as a reminder. And hopefully, maybe this apple tree will deliver us enough wood to get going. For the moment, we're good on food. All right. More apples. Weirdly, now I really wish it wasn't apples. But it does mean we'll be okay for food for a while. Oh yeah, the guy just disappears. Okay. Feed villagers. Why did you eat an apple? The apple's worth 2. You ate a berry and an apple? You jerk. You overate. Alright. Sell cards. What do I even have to... Oh, we finally... Alright, cool. I've never seen this happen, so let's do it. We've got 1 card too many still. Crazy. Okay. Hoping for that tree to grow and things to be good. We'll leave these berry bushes alone. Wait, why didn't I throw 3 coins? I don't know what happened there. Goodness. Okay, we've got more on the way. We've got another tree here. All right, cool. So let's skip out on this. I don't want a stick. I need wood. Don't do this to me. One more wood, please. I'm begging you. Brick. 3 stones and a villager. Okay. We did not get... What did we get? We got another apple. Great. Let's leave the sticks. Actually, let's convert these some of these berry bushes into berries, because 1, it'll feed us, and 2, we can sell the berries, which are sold for more than the berry bushes. We'll toss this. I don't really want to toss the flint because it's, I know from experience, it's kind of hard to get. At least you have to, usually you have to buy it out of packs. You know, we could go kill that rabbit. Let's do that. So here's the thing. Once I get into combat, I can't... Oh, maybe I can. Or maybe this is a different thing because this is a passive enemy. But I also can't move stuff when it's in combat. So that's one of the things that happens later, is you get these fights where it's happened in an inconvenient place on the board, but you just have to fight it out. All right. Let's let this play. Actually, got more flint. It's kind of a rare drop. Okay. Ah, damn it. Well, all right. Why did you eat a berry and a... You gluttonous bastard. Eat 2 berries or 1 apple, not an apple and a berry. Okay. We'll sell the sticks. And... Oh, we got a rabbit hat. He's wearing a rabbit hat now. And and we'll sell a berry. That's fine. Start. Alright, we got more chickens. Alright, our villager now has a hat. I don't know what that does for him, actually. Alright, we don't have a lot going here. We need more wood, and our one garden is holding up our wood farm. So please, please, I'm begging you, give me some more wood. I'm actually just gonna sell all the berries this time. God damn it. I need more wood. Because I don't want them to generate, oh, I can... These will actually work in a stack. Most of the time, these things don't work in stacks. So, Curious Cuisine Pack is now available. Damn it! Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Please don't do it again. Berry, 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 berry. Thank you. Everyone was fed. Alright. It's these damn apples. Alright. 2 berries. 2 apples. Okay. I don't know if that happens on a fixed turn or not. Strange portal appeared. Uh-oh. We're not really prepared for this. But that's okay. We're gonna make do. Let's make more chickens, I guess. We're still waiting on this wood farm. So it's funny, my first run, I was rough because I didn't know what everything was or what the combos were. This time I know what the combos are, but I'm just getting dealt bad hands. So, all right. I've got a lot of coins. I don't have the capacity is the problem. I don't want to buy a bunch of cards and have to sell them or not be able to process them in time. So, planks, I know about that. Got another frickin' berry bush. Got a rock. Can I move this portal? No, the portal is locked, so that's another thing. Let's look real quick. What are my options for weapons at the moment? You know, it would have been better instead of selling those sticks to turn them into a weapon. 1 wood and 2 sticks. I don't have the resources for that, and I don't have the resources for the slingshot either. This is gonna be rough. And I'm placing these because I know what's about to happen, or vaguely. Alright. What did we get? A goblin archer. I've never seen one of those. Thankfully, it's not too strong. Okay. We should be okay here. Another apple tree. So once this is all done... Keep missing. Okay, we got a bone. And we need to put an apple in the garden. And we'll sell these berries to ensure we're eating apples. We'll leave this off for the moment. Sort these out so they're off to the side. Please, 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 1 more wood. Please, I'm begging you. Oh my god. I'm gonna crash out. Wait, what am I wait. What was I about to make there? I was just stacking them up there. Stone and 2 wood is not enough, right? Yeah, that wouldn't make a lumber camp. What does that make? I don't think we know what that makes. And I don't want to use up our wood on that. So whatever that was, no thank you. Okay. This is a rough run. Feed ourselves. Sell the stone. I mean, do I just dump all these coins into one of the packs that has trees in it and hope for the best? Maybe that's the answer. More soil, that means we can make another garden, which might be a good call. 2 wood, 2 stone, and 1 soil. Let's just go for that. At least then we can put more apples in and get more apples out. We got more wood. We're randomly getting wood, which works out, but I don't like it. Okay, we gambled and got more wood. So maybe this is something I should have done earlier. Because look, we're 12 over the cap right now, which is just terrible, but okay. We're making progress now, at least. And then we can work this tree for apples after, and the rock here. Actually, let's just do this now. Now we have 4 chickens, which we can't really get a lot out of at the moment. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We're making progress. It's just slow. But we are a little underprepared for some things. Sell this. Okay, once we get that, we'll be on our way. So the thing about the lumber camp is it only creates lumber. It doesn't create apples or anything else. So we don't want to consume all of our apple trees. Huh. Okay. I don't really want to generate more chickens because currently I don't have the capacity to deal with them. Okay, we need more... we need a shed. Wood, stone, stick, villager. Oh, I never... Damn it. Okay. I need to finish this garden. Here's the game, right? Like, we're now at a level of complexity where you can't queue things up. You just have to keep them in mind. You sort of stack things up and hope you remember all your plans. So, actually, we've got 3 wood here. We'll turn one of those into wood, stone, stick, villager. So we'll turn one of these into a stick. Let's actually ignore the lumber camp for right now. It's already set, so we're in good shape on that front. So let's work this. Oh, we've got something that's distinctly an apple tree. Was I missing this the whole time, that there's a difference between the tree and an apple tree? And the tree might give apples, but the apple tree always gives apples? Maybe that's why I was stalling out. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting what I needed out of the trees I was growing in the garden. Okay. Lesson learned. All right, let's watch these progress bars and then, okay. Wood, stone, stick. and a villager. All right, let's make that capacity upgrade. Our first one. Unfortunate. Okay. $11 cards too many. We are... Alright. So what do we toss? Stone we can get more of. Wood we can also get more of. I don't love throwing it out, but... Let's see. 9 cards. The eggs will keep generating. Do we get rid of the key? Ugh. Man, we're in a rough spot here on what we get rid of. Don't really want to... Guess we'll get rid of the flint. I don't want to undo this stack. Sell the bone, because I think we can work on getting back to that point. Set this off to the side for now. Do we get rid of 2 berry bushes? Or we get rid of the wood, because the wood we can get more of. We are really, like, on the edge of success or failure here. Sell the key. Okay. We need to... Alright. So here's the thing. Like, we keep getting these new pack options, but I don't have the basic infrastructure for my citizens to really make much progress. So I need to work on this. Okay. The shed we're just going to shove off to the side. It doesn't do anything. It just needs to hold stuff. We need to work... first and foremost, we need to feed ourselves. Which actually means I'm not going to work the tree. I'm going to work these bushes. I think the tree will do that after. Oh, well, no. So we've got this empty garden right now. Okay, we have enough apples to put 1 in and still have enough. We can sell the berries. I don't know why they don't stack nicely, but that's okay. We'll break this up. We need to get some more sheds. So that requires a bunch of wood and some stone. But so far we're okay on food. I'm actually going to leave the berries for now. Is there a hotkey for that? For the... One speed, 5 speed. Oh, okay. I could have been doing that. That would have been better. Okay, so 3 to pause. So, break. We need like that. And I don't want to put this in the garden. Break up this wood and build 1 more shed. Because if we can get a shed before the turn ends, then we have to throw away nothing, actually. Oh, you guys are making eggs all over the place. Are we we going to get the shed in time? We'll see. Perfect. Feed the villagers. Okay. This is the start of the real game at this point. I think we're on a good arc now. Gotta remember I can do that with... Okay, 2 apple trees. Let's work the apple trees to get some apples. Shed. Lumber camp. I'm actually not going to put those... No, that's fine. We have enough apple trees that it will get enough apples. Okay, now we've got our food needs covered. Force of habit going up there, I swear. We are over the cap here. So once this apple tree is finished, we'll move to the quarry and we'll get some more buildings built. Okay, let's make an actual plan for what that's going to be, though. We need a house, so let's make that. And then what else is our what else are our priorities? We need to make some weapons, but that's not going to be this turn. A coin chest. Let's do that to clean up this mess. It's really just a cosmetic thing, but better than not having it. Will you not stack? I guess that's the stack limit. Okay, we've got plenty of apples. And we'll make you do this. And what else needs working? Guess we'll keep working the lumber camp. Okay. Clean that up. Why is it being fussy? Okay. So now we've got our food stack. We've got more lumber coming. We've got a home coming. We need to basically ensure we have sustainable food food sources, and then we can start making new villagers. Then the game really starts going. There's probably somebody who's experienced in this game who's looking at me going, "You're insane. How did you get to Moon 15 and have this little progress?" I don't know, man. If anybody wants to make gentle suggestions about how this could have gone differently, I'm pretty sure it's mostly draw, but maybe I'm just missing stuff. I also probably could have prioritized other things like getting weapons and not forgetting that I could do certain combinations to instead of selling things off, but that's neither here nor there. It's fine. We are going to have to sell some cards. I think we'll be okay, though. We'll be okay. Damn it, that's not the time I needed both of those apple trees to show up. Everyone was fed. Okay. We'll sell the stone and this wood because it can still be infinitely generated. We're going to stack these apple trees and these. How many do we need to get rid of? Oh, well, let's toss some eggs. Another strange portal. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's prioritize getting some weapons. Actually, well, we need the house, then we need to make some people. We still don't have a super stable food source, but it's good enough. Okay. Let's... The strange portal is making me nervous. Let's do this. I think they're going to get interrupted before they do this, but that's fine. Okay. All right. We have enough food for us. We have 2 incoming enemies. We will shove this off to the side. And I think... Should we let them... Let's see if we can... Oh, they grabbed one. Okay. Slime. 15-15. Combat level 14. Both of my guys are combat level 14. I need that. I need weaponry. That is a priority at the end of this. The armory. Oh boy. Okay. That's the thing. So as we saw with the rat earlier, you can draw a deck that generates enemies, which is not good. I'm tempted to just spend money to see if we can get a weapon, but it has a chance of generating a slime. We'll see. I got a fucking bear. I got a bear and a brick and the idea for a magic ring. Fuck me. Fuck this run. This has not gone to plan at all. Why did my first run go so much better? Hilarious. Alright, well, this might be really bad. I can't placate the bear, can I? Ask him politely to go away. Please don't. Please. Oh no, I forgot the slime split. Oh, this is a run ender, isn't it? Well, we got a corpse. Just as things were finally starting to turn out, guys. Oh my god, we're gonna survive by the skin of our teeth because our villager is going to survive by getting fed. Oh, it doesn't do a full heal. Interesting. Well, we'll see if our villager survives. I unfortunately have no capacity to make them a weapon right now, I think. If they survive, they can work an apple tree to feed themselves. I don't think this is gonna go well. I can't believe I drew a fucking bear. If this guy survives... Nope. Well, there it is. You know, I was hoping for a really clean run like my first one. I think I even said at the beginning of this video that I thought this game was pretty passive from the start, but I guess that was just my first ever run. Really dragged me in. All right. I think that's enough. Should I show you my other, I guess I could. Let me show you my, So, here's my Moon 30 run, where I have animal pens, and I have just tons, all of this food is just generating on its own. I've got explorers and stuff going through these portals that you can open, and I've got equipped villagers and random treasure and more money than I know what to do with, and just stacks of resources. This is how my first ever run went, and I don't know, maybe I just lucked out, but apparently the game decided that it didn't want me to have an experience like this when I decided to record it. Yeah. Getting to Moon 30, well, we got to, what, Moon 17 there, and overall we played, like, well, I guess it does get more complicated with every successive moon, but it still did take me like 5.5 hours to get to Moon 30 on my first ever run. So it's just kind of nutty, the difference in experience. Anyway, this is a cool game that I like and sucks away my life. I know the popular thing right now, or that has been for a little while, has been Balatro. I like Balatro, but I like this also, clearly. So they fall into sort of the same weird zone of just doing runs and having casual weird card times. And I hope you liked this little video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. And if you do want to, I don't think this is particularly conducive to being a long form multi-episode thing, but if you think otherwise, which maybe you do if you made it to the end, then I don't know, let me know in the comments that you want to see more of it or something. Yeah, neat little game. I like the concept. It's very simple, but lets you do a lot of thinking with not too much actual brain effort. I'm just kind of charmed by it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys for something else next time.